Here we go. Let's talk about the trapezoid. So here I have a trapezoid. Is this an isosceles trapezoid? Yes or no? No. No. How do you know it's not an isosceles trapezoid, Elijah? Elijah, how do you know this is not an isosceles trapezoid? All right. So let's talk about the parts to a trapezoid, right? Trapezoids have at least a pair of parallel sides, right? So for the trapezoid, we're going to call these bases, okay? This is going to be base number 1, and this is going to be base number 2. So base number 1 is this entire length here. Base number 2 is this entire length there. Basically, it's the parallel sides, okay? And then every trapezoid has a height. So what do you think the height is? Do you think it's this slanted piece on the side? No, it's an altitude, exactly. So this piece here, this is going to be our height. Okay? No matter what shape. Height is perpendicular to a base. Yes, very good. So for us, the area for the trapezoid is going to be the average of the bases, base 1 plus base 2, divided by 2. That's your average of the bases, and then multiplied by your height. Okay, so base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2, the average of the bases, and then multiplied by the height. But does anybody remember from a couple of lessons ago, what is this part here? Base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2. There's a name for that thing. What's that called? Yeah, remember that? Remember this line right here? This is called the median. Do you remember that? So you could also write it, since this thing is also called the median. Yeah, the median of the trapezoid, yeah. So the area could also, in addition to, be written as median times height, because median represents the same thing, right? Base 1 plus base 2 over 2. So whatever you're given, you can represent it however you want. Either median times the height or the average of the bases times the height. And when I say average of the bases, I'm talking about this piece here in the middle. This is the average of the bases. Base 1 plus base 2 over 2. So here's an example. We have a trapezoid here. We can never assume anything, right? And that's true. We never assume. Okay. We are looking for the area, so we want how much stuff in. So area is going to be our 1/2, or actually I don't write it like that. I do base 1 plus base 2 over 2, and then I do height. So that's how I write my formula for area of a trapezoid. So average of the bases times the height. Do we have the bases? Yeah, we do, right? So base 1 is 23. What's base 2? No, it's 43. Okay, why is it 43? Because it's the entire length of this thing, right? So it's the 8 plus the 35. So I'm going to have 23 plus 43, there we go, all divided by 2. Okay, and then I need to multiply that by the height. Now the height I don't know, but I can find it through the Pythagorean theorem, because that's an 8, that's an h, and that's 17. So I'm going to have h squared plus 8 squared equals 17 squared. Did we have this one last time? So it's 15, right? So h is equal to 15. They don't always equal 15. Just happen to be 2 problems. Okay, so I have this. So now when I calculate, I get 23 and 43. That's what, 66 divided by 2. That's 33, right? So I have 33 times, how about 10 plus 5? So that's 330 plus 165, which gives you 495. And we're calling this inches squared because we're talking about the area. So we're going to square our inches. So I could do it easier in my head. You guys know that trick, right? You know that trick? Like, you know, if you had to do like 40 times 15, you could just do 40 times 10 plus 5. You guys know that trick, right? True, you could always use a calculator, right? But this, I meant your brain. Yeah, yeah, okay. Root 3. No. Okay, I would like the exact area of this trapezoid here. Given the picture, I want the exact area. Work together. All right. How do you do this problem? This is challenging because I had all kinds of mistakes from everybody. So let's talk about this. Lead us through it. Mr. Lamb, what do you got?
I drew like the height down.
That's a great idea, Mr. Lamb. So that's your height. So then you have this going on, right?
Yeah.
So that's your h. This is 60 degrees. This is a value of 6. What do we do? Okay, this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, right? So now what do we know about 30, 60, 90 triangles? Well, we know a whole lot, right? If this is 60, if this is 30, this is x, this is 2x, this is x times root 3. Is that right? So what do we do from here?
You get half of x to find the
Yeah. So I know that 6 has to be a value of 2x, so x has to be what? 3. So therefore, this is 3. That makes this over here 3 as well. And what does that make the height? No, the height is not 9. The height is 3 root 3. Okay? So, if I want the area, it's going to be base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2, and then multiplied by the height. Base 1 is 6. Base 2 is 6 plus 3 plus 3. How much is that? That's 12, isn't it? 6 plus 12 divided by 2, multiplied by the height, which was 3 radical 3. So that's 18 over 2 multiplied by 3 radical 3, which is 9 times 3 radical 3, which is 27 radical 3 units squared. About half of you forgot to put the units squared. Don't forget to put units squared when we're talking about area. Alright, here you go. So you try. This, I will tell you that these are at right angles. Okay, so we know that. So this is a trapezoid. It's just drawn a little differently for you. So you have to visualize, figure out where your bases are, and then determine the area and the exact area. Alright, everybody get 138 units squared? Okay, it might help for you sometimes to turn the picture sideways. And if you turn the picture sideways, then you have everything that you need, right? This is your base 1, this is your base 2, and look, there's your height right there. It's actually hidden for you in the picture. You just have to turn it sideways to make sure that you can see it, alright? It's 138 units squared. Nice job.